So good evening, everyone, and welcome you all to the, I will say, the most awaiting evening which we have. That is the valedictory event of AFI Agri Cohort 2.0. So over the past few months, we are working with these startups. We are helping these startups to get connects. We are helping these startups to connect with the relevant mentors. Of course, there are many mentors who have joined this call, and you can, uh, because you are the part of this cohort, you can understand how much you have supported these startups and how much. Of course, during this conversation, startups will let us know that how they have got us support from AFI and the mentors team. So over the past few months, a remarkable group of entrepreneurs in this cohort has been working on solutions that tackle some of the biggest agriculture challenges. Maybe some in precision farming, drone farming, smart dairy management, aquaculture, and I mean different startup with different innovation with a common spirit of getting success in their journey. So today is not just a closing event; it's just a celebration of innovation, impact, and the incredible founders and their journey in shaping the future of agriculture in India. So we are excited to showcase their journey during the course of this session and the solutions which they are building on and the solution which they are developing and towards the sustainable agriculture and inclusive agri ecosystem. So with this, we can start the official start of this event. Maybe Glossy, we can move on the next slide where I can just uh, yeah let audience know that what how we have decided towards today's agenda. So we will be starting with the welcome address, then followed up by opening remarks by Sanjay Kadavaru, who is the founder and chairman of Action for India, right? And then we can start with the keynote address of Mr. Krishna Lavu, right, member of Parliament, Lok Sabha. Then we can start with experience sharing by AFI social entrepreneurs who are the core of this, I will say, the session, right? Of course, with mentors, but yes, the social entrepreneurs whom with we are working. Then we can start with keynote address of Anand Deshpande, founder and chairman of Assistance System. Then, of course, with experience sharing by mentors from the cohort. And then, of course, towards the end, vote of thanks with the uh, by Prasad Gade. Yeah. Moving next. So this was the official journey of AFI Agri Cohort. Somehow similar pattern which we followed in Agri Cohort 1.0, but yes, the similar one which we followed in towards the Agri Cohort 2.0, right? So the cohort started with the formation of council with a very good, I mean, mentors, group of experts, right, which are helping us uh, to decide that what should we actually bring uh, on the table for these cohort members, right? Because there is a lot of brainstorming behind the formation of this cohort, that how this cohort will help and what are the challenges which will be solved towards this cohort, right? So then it was like understanding, sorry, understanding the challenges of this cohort, right? And then it was finalizing theme, then interview rounds, then jury, and then the most important was the final selection, right? Um, yeah, Glossy, you can move next. Yeah. So these are the important, I will say, snapshot of this code. These are some of the snapshot. We cannot capture all, but yes, these are I can say the partnership opportunities with organization like Big Heart and the others, right? Of course, Sachin is in the call and he remembers how the startups were connected to him and what type of partnership you are bringing in for the startups. Then, of course, Essential Aquatic is the part of the core, the huddle sessions, which we were doing for Essential Aquatic, and then the demo day, which was I guess the core element of this cohort, right? And still, although we are going towards the end of the cohort, but still the connections are ongoing. Every day we are bringing in more connections for this most of these startups which are part of the cohort. And one of the crown, I will say that the crown element in which of AFI code is hurdle sessions, right? Like the common mentors which provide uh, uh, suggestion to these startups, right? So with this, we can go ahead. Yeah. So, yeah. So now I would like to hand over to Sanjay Kadavaru, who is founder and chairman of Action for India. Of course, he will cover the insights of this code because he was also part of various brainstorming sessions while we were trying to develop most of the exercises of huddle sessions for these startups, right? He was I will say the pillar behind these session, and he was always saying that let us know that whom we can bring in, right? And in the today's session as well, he has pulled up he has done I mean, he has provided us support in calling as the most of the important keynote speakers, which are the part of today's event. So over to you, Sanjay. Maybe, yeah, quick words from you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prateek. Warm welcome to everybody who is on the call. And this is truly a international or a global audience. We have people from Silicon Valley, we have people from New York, from London. So really glad to be in the midst of all of you. Uh, in my remarks, I want to keep them brief. I just want to share a few things about the organization journey. We've been around since 2012, so we are not the new kid on the block anymore. And there's been a rich experience that we've accumulated over these 14 years. And I'd like to share in terms of what the learnings have been. And I'd like to kind of highlight some of the star alumni of our program. And a few tips for the entrepreneurs who are graduating with this agri cohort in terms of what might be helpful as they figure out the next phase of growth for their respective organizations. But I want to begin first by quoting one of my mentors, Deshpande. This is in the context of problems. Some of you might have be familiar with this, but what he typically says is that in any society, anywhere on the planet, there are usually three types of people in the context of problems. People, the first category are people who are oblivious to problems. They do not even recognize that there are problems. They're in their own world, and that's who they are. The second category of people, this is something that you can relate to, are people who, when faced with the problem, they start complaining, and this keep on harping that this problem needs to be solved by the government, by the civil society, by the corporate sector, but not them, the complainers. But it's the third category, are the people who get energized when they see a problem, and they don't see it as a challenge, but they see it as an opportunity to engage and to contribute to solving the problem. And I think without hesitation, I can say that those of you, especially the social entrepreneurs in the graduating cohort, you very clearly belong to this third category of people who, I'm sure several of you could have pursued lucrative careers in the private sector, but there was something got triggered inside you when you saw a problem in the community, in society, and you felt that you had, through your experience, your expertise, you felt that you had a solution that would be relevant, and you choose to kind of focus your attention on solving the problem. So I think each of you deserves a round of appreciation and a pat on the back for yourself for choosing to be on this path and helping to be make the society more well-rounded by being part of this folks, the problem solvers, as opposed to the other two sectors. So again, a big thank you for doing what you do, and the country is better off because of people like you. So having said that, just a quick overview in terms of how have we come here in 2026. We began a journey in 2012. The AFI journey has comprised of three distinct steps. The first step has been I think from the 2012 to say 2019 timeline. And this is the phase when we were all about convenings we used to organize this annual forums. We organize this every year from 2012 to 2019 in Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, where we used to convene 100 leading social entrepreneurs of the country and then connect them with 100 influencers, donors, investors, IAS officers, tech executives, policy analysts, anyone who could have played a role in scaling the impact of these 100 entrepreneurs. Then there was the associated Silicon Valley Trek. So 5 of those 100 entrepreneurs selected through a rigorous business plan competition. We call them the Silicon Valley Challenge Fellows, and we used to fly them to Silicon Valley on an all-expense paid trip and facilitate interactions for them in the Silicon Valley innovation ecosystem. So some of these entrepreneurs used to raise money, identify mentors, sign technology partnerships, and so forth. So this is the phase 1 of AFI. The next phase was triggered because of COVID. This, I would say, is probably from 2020 till 2025. And so because of COVID, like most of the organizations, we had to do some pivoting as well. And so we pivoted from focus on the forums and the Silicon Valley treks to doing these accelerator cohorts. So we used to do about a couple of cohorts per year, 15 to 25 entrepreneurs per cohort. Some of them were generic cohorts involving entrepreneurs from all the 6 sectors that we usually engage with: education, healthcare, agriculture, livelihood, fintech, clean tech. Some of them were focused on women social entrepreneurs. And in the last year or so, we decided to experiment with organizing this accelerator cohorts on the sectoral theme. So we began this focus with the agriculture sector. We did one cohort last year, and you, the social entrepreneurs of this call, are members of the second cohort. And this has gone very well. And I think this is one sector we will kind of continue to have as part of the programming at AFI. And then we might have other individual sector, be it climate or education or healthcare, also happening. So this has been the second phase. And in this phase, it was a smaller number of entrepreneurs, but we were working much more deeply with these entrepreneurs. And again, doing things like filling gaps in their top management teams, helping pivot the business plans of these entrepreneurs, connecting them with investors, entrepreneurs, executives, and so forth. And so this phase was fruitful. We delivered impact on the ground. But now, just I think a couple of months ago, we began a new phase 3 of the organization. And that is the phase that we all about at the intersection of AI and impact. And this has been more than 3 years since OpenAI launched their ChatGPT. And the world has not been the same since then. And along with the business world, even the impact world has been impacted. And it is my sincere belief that if AFI were to focus its efforts on going the extra mile in identifying these true AI-enabled for-profit social entrepreneurs, then the scale of impact as well as the pace of impact would be significantly better than whatever we have observed, even in terms of working with the tech-enabled social entrepreneurs. So with that philosophy or perspective, we launched our inaugural AI Impact Cohort about 4 to 6 weeks ago. And we are about a dozen for-profit social entrepreneurs. And these are from 3 sectors: climate, agri, and healthcare. And when I say true AI startups, what do I mean? These are companies that have access to proprietary data. These are companies that have deep domain expertise in their respective sectors. And these are companies that are pursuing solutions that could not have been pursued but for the current AI, AGI technologies. So these are the companies that we are focused on. And I think any other aspect, whatever cohort, accelerator cohort that we do moving forward, whatever convening like the AFI Forum or the Silicon Valley Trek that we might do going forward, it will be in the context of whatever is at the intersection of AI and impact. So that's the journey that we've been on. A quick word now about one of the most successful alums, in fact, from the agri sector that we've had at AFI. And I'm sure that most of you would have heard the name of the company or the startup, DHeart, the founder being Shashank Kumar. He began his journey at about the same time that AFI did. But what a trajectory that he's been on. For those of you who are not familiar in the audience, Shashank began this journey back in 2011, 2012 with the mission of providing customized crop advisory services and market linkages to marginal farmers in places like Bihar, Jharkhand, UP, and so forth. And he was able to kind of get some initial support from a agri-focused startup, agri-focused VC fund called Omnivore. Then Sequoia and a bunch of other VC funds supported him. About 2 years ago, he was able to convene a Series D round of about $115 million of venture funding, and which was billed at the time as the largest round of venture funding by any agri-tech entrepreneur in the country, be it impact or be it commercial. So that's one entrepreneur. Shashank was with us. He attended one of the AFI forums back in the day. He was one of the 5 entrepreneurs that was a part of the Silicon Valley Challenge trek that we organized. And I just had an opportunity to meet with him earlier this week in Gurgaon. That's where his headquarters is. And the numbers that are associated with this venture right now are just amazing. 2,500 employees, $400 million of annual revenues, growing about 25% to 30% year on year, and has entered new domains like fruit exports, where he's number 1 or number 2 in exporting pomegranates, bananas, oranges, and so forth. AFI has this deep desire to create many such DHearts in our alumni moving forward. And I hope that some of you in the cohort, where it's relevant for you to kind of explore partnerships with an organization like DHeart, Prateek and the team will be glad to kind of help you do that. And but even beyond that, even in terms of being able to kind of just learn about the journey that they've been on, I'm sure that will have several lessons for your individual scaling journeys if you do that. So that's Shashank Kumar. And I want to kind of end my remarks by talking about a few things that might be helpful as you begin your next phase outside of AFI. Even though this is a valedictory graduation ceremony, in some sense, this is not the end of your affiliation with AFI. It's in fact just the beginning, wherein we want you to keep us posted proactively in terms of what developments, progress, wins that you're experiencing in your growth journey, but also the challenges. I think, just because you are among the graduates, among the alumni, that doesn't mean that the AFI team will not have the bandwidth or the means or the wherewithal to be able to kind of help you. So continue to stay in touch with AFI and the team. That's point number 1 I'd like to mention. Point number 2, you were part of a cohort, about 14 to 16 entrepreneurs. I would, there were several knowledge-based sessions that were organized as part of the programming for you. I'm sure that there was a ton of learning that happened in terms of some of you were good in dealing with government, some of you were good in leveraging technology, some of them were good in kind of working with partners. So in terms of continuing to keep the dialogue with your peers, I think they can be great sources of nudging and pushing you into the best possible place that you can potentially be in terms of reaching your highest potential in your scaling journeys. So continue to be in touch with your peers. That's the second point. And the final point that I want to mention, aligned with what I mentioned about AFI journey itself. Yeah, this is the world of AI. Everything has been turned topsy-turvy. And I strongly encourage you, if you're not already been on that path, to not only the founders and the top management, but the entire rank and file of the organization to be AI literate, to leverage these tools and technologies in terms of, be it the customer acquisition, be it the product development, be it the fundraising. There are things that become more efficient, more effective by leveraging these tools and technologies. So I'd strongly urge you to be on that journey. And AFI, with our robust Silicon Valley chapter, we might be able to kind of provide you the resources, the advisors, the mentors to continue the journey there. So with that, I want to once again thank the whole group who's assembled here and the people in the audience who've come to be with the entrepreneurs who are about to graduate and show their source of support. So wishing you all the very best, and hope that, as I mentioned, that this is just the beginning of the journey with AFI and not the end. With that, over to you, Prateek.
Thanks, Sanjay. So now, of course, now it's like a floor for the in startups, I will say. So maybe Glossy, you can quickly start sharing the screen, and we will just start with the all these startups which are first the part of our cohort, right? And so we can start with Essential Aquatech. Arka, maybe we can start with you.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Orko from Essential Aquatic, and we are building a stack risk intelligence platform for the freshwater aquaculture. Currently working with 3,500 farmers in northeastern and eastern region part of India, where we converting the pond level data to in the advisory section, providing the farmer with the right kind of inputs and with the your underwriting models to making the fish farming basically predictable, profitable, and bankable. And we are right now based at Jalpaiguri, West Bengal, and it's a tremendous journey for us in the AFI cohort, uh, particularly with the mentors and the guidance and the support we got. I believe in this last few months, our business model or the trajectory changes a lot more. We pivoted a lot more and understand the scenarios and everything from different kind of mentors. I mean, आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल पर्टिकुलरली टू प्रतीक सर. मैंने बहुत चलाया है उनको, सताया है ईच एंड एवरी टाइम, डे एंड नाइट. आई यूज्ड टू कॉल हिम, यू नो, आई मैसेज हिम, सर इसका क्या करें उसका क्या करें, एंड ही यूज्ड टू सपोर्ट अस एवरी टाइम, कम अप with somebody so that we can get the journey. So obviously thanks to Action for India, and thanks for selecting us, giving us this opportunity to be a part of this cohort. It's a really we'll be very grateful for this one for our, and it's absolutely pleasure
So
to
thanks,
be
Sarga, and
part of this
continue
channel.
short so that we have to move to the next. I
Sure,
remember
sure.
your words when you were saying to Himendra Mathur कि यार कोर्ट एंड हो रहा है, बात करना तो एंड नहीं होगा ना. So I remember
Absolutely.
that instance in
Yeah.
your conversation with Himendra Mathur. So just to
Yes.
let audience know, Himendra Mathur was the impaneled mentor with Arka, and he used to ask him, sir, after the end of the code, I believe that I will get a mentoring from you. So that's the kind of relationship he has built with Mr. Hemendra Mathur. Next, maybe Rossi, we can. Yeah. So Zubair, of course, he's traveling. Zubair, can you hear us?
Yeah, I
We
can
saw
hear you.
you.
I hope I'm clear because
Yeah.
I'm with the traffic.
Yeah, you can quickly cover, although there is some
Sir,
back noise, but you can quickly cover. Yeah.
yeah, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm Zubair from Entrepreneurship Private Limited, and we are working on unsold inventory. We take it from farmers and FPOs, and we convert it into dry products. We have been doing revenue of 2.5 CR this year, and the association with AFI was really great. We were able to reach to around 1,000 farmers with the support of AFI, especially with the support of Emmanuel sir, and also Pratik has also helped us a lot connecting with different kind of mentors. So thank you so much, and I would really
Thanks.
love to be in touch with people. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Zubair. Next, we can quick. Think, can you hear us? Yin. Hello. Think, can you hear us? In the call, but just want to check. Think, can you hear us? Think,
Pratik, we can go to the next one. We can.
yeah, maybe we can go to the next. Yeah, next. Shruti, I guess you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hi, this is Shruti Mehta, and I would really be thankful to AFI especially to the all the mentors who are to the basically Rajiv, who was our major mentor. His guidance was really really grateful, and the hurdle session, which happened legit on the last day before the demo day, I remember, and that hurdle was very very important for us, I believe. Why? Because some of the bottleneck problems about specifically, I want to highlight this because we were having a lot of issue in costing, and then we got some good guidance there how to solve it, and we legit converted into subscription model, and now it is really going good. And the yesterday only we closed a deal with an MNC for first pilot, so we are looking forward to that one deal. We were not able to close that deal, but one decision making which we changed, when the decision which we changed after having some guidance from hotel, that really helped us, our entire team. So yeah, that was, I think, one of the very good point which happened to us. And thank you so much to Rajiv for your guidance and other mentors who helped us. And obviously, and thankful so much to Pratik also, because I know ki I have troubled you a lot. Like you used to tell
No
me,
issues.
join karo, ye karo, karo. And every time my mentor call was there, I was somewhere traveling. So thank you so much for your patience and understanding. We just hustle here and there. And really, really grateful for AFI. So, share we just recently started revenue, and now we have got an MNC. So, hopefully, we will be doing good. So, thankful so much for the guidance and looking forward
Thanks,
to
Shruti.
stay in connect with all of
Yeah,
you. So, yeah, thank you.
thanks. Maybe we can start with the next. Vinay from Jhalawar. Yeah,
Hello, sir.
yeah.
First of all, I would like to thank Pratik sir for giving this an opportunity and pushing us. My name is Vinay Kumar Yadav. I am the founder and CEO of Vizeron Private Limited. And we were developing one of the world's first closed cathode liquid cooled hydrogen powered drone, particularly for the pesticide spraying services. And the mentorship which we got from especially from Rajiv sir, that is really helpful for us. And apart from that, like the huddle sessions which happened, gives us a whole new perspective, like for how to approach for the funding and how we can strategize a different way to raise funds. So it is really helpful, and from that strategy, we were getting some positive news also recently. Today only, I got in connect with the investors from Singapore, so they were really keen to invest in our technologies and in our startup. So again, I would like to thank Pratik
Thanks,
sir
Vinay.
and all the
Due to short
mentors.
of time, we are cutting off each and
Sure, sure,
everyone.
sure.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot, sir.
we can start with the next. Yeah. Amit, can you hear me? Amit from AVN Agro Bharat. Amit, can you hear me? Amit? Okay, we can move next. That in context of time. Of course, Evers, we have Vidhi. Yeah.
Yes. Hi everyone, this is Vidhi Kaur. I'm working as a co-founder at Evers.ai. I remember a few months back when we joined, I remember Mr. Sanjay quoted that whatever help you want to ask in the cohort, you'll be provided with. I explicitly remember that line. And that was the main point for us to join in. We are in the process to raise some funds. And the demo day has helped us a lot. Thank you, Pratik, and thank you for all the mentors who organized that. We are in touch with all the mentors and all the investors that were the part of the demo day, and we're really looking forward to closing the round soon. In terms of what we do is Everse is a AI-powered livestock intelligence platform where we have two tech stack solution, connected cow and green cow. We're trying to boost milk productivity, farmers' income, and also trying to do something on the climate end. So thank you everyone, and we are very grateful to be part of this cohort and continuing the relationship further.
Thanks, Vidhi. Next. Yeah. So, Arshdeep, can you hear me? Arshdeep? Yeah. Sorry for that. Maybe we can move next and then we can allow these participants. So next, before we start with the next phase of startups, I would like to welcome Shri Krishna Lavu. Right. So it is now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for today's session, Mr. Krishna Lavu, Honorable Member of Parliament. So Mr. Lavu has been a strong advocate for innovation, entrepreneurship, and technology-driven development, and has been consistently supporting initiatives that strengthen India's startup ecosystem. We are truly honored to have him with us today to share his insights and, of course, to support the startups on how innovation and entrepreneurship can drive transformative change in the sectors like agri and rural development. Mr. Lavu, thank you for
Uh,
joining us. We
yeah,
look
so
forward for your keynote address. Yeah,
So Pratik, yeah, before Mr. Lavu begins his remarks, I
yeah.
just want to have a couple of words here. Again, a warm welcome to Mr. Lavu. He's no newcomer
Thank you.
to the AFI ecosystem. He had a chance to attend our first AFI annual forum in Hyderabad back in 2019. He's met with several entrepreneurs on the ground. I remember one time we went to Chandigarh to meet with an agri-tech entrepreneur there, and then he's hosted some of our AFI alums in his hometown of Vizag in Andhra Pradesh. And more than anything else, if you look at his LinkedIn profile, you would see proudly calling himself as a social entrepreneur. So it's truly a pleasure to have Mr. Lavu with us. And I'm sure, the person that he is, young, dynamic, progressive, open to new ideas. India needs to have more leaders like Mr. Lavu to help not just the social entrepreneurs like us, but the country at large. So without further ado, and actually there was a request from another board member to have a quick word. Amit Jain, if you want to say a quick hello to Mr. Lavu as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Namaste, Krishna Lavu Garu. I welcome all our fellow entrepreneurs and the dear mentors and my AFI colleagues for this valedictory function today. We feel lucky that we have two global leaders who will be the keynote speakers for us. We are starting with Krishna Lavu Garu, and he has been a global leader. Of course, he needs no introduction, I would say. An entrepreneur at par, the best, and he has redefined the domains in which he operates. Whatever he touches tends to turn, gold. And one of the, big strengths that we have seen is he has been a firm supporter and mentor for AFI over the last 10 years or more. And I must also say that we have had also the chance of looking at he having excellent relations across all party lines in India, which is such a rare thing today to see. And we have seen him
Thank you.
reaching out to anything, the PM, the PMO, the Home Minister of any regime, any government, and he is at ease with any of them. Welcome, Krishna Lavu Garu. We look forward to hearing from you and inspiring our fellow entrepreneurs.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Sanjay, thanks for the kind words. The Action for India team, you put together a good cohort. Mentors, partners, and most importantly, the remarkable entrepreneurs of the AFI Agri Cohort 2.0. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you, with all of you. When Sanjay asked me to speak and give a keynote address on this, one thing that I can remember, or one thing that came to my mind was I also run an education institution, and we run a university and schools and everything. But whenever we have industry meet or project expo, they do present ideas like you. And most of them, either in IoT, data science, data mining, or AI, whenever they present the ideas very much that are related to the business suits. But the ideas that you're presenting it here are the ones that are actually impacting the farmers of this country. That is something that I would really, really want to appreciate you for that, because as you know, our country, if we can improve the farmers' livelihood, we will be doing great service to this country. So all of you who are here are doing just that, and I congratulate you for that. And 4 months of journey of mentorship, learning, experimentation, and growth is a amazingly significant milestone. But more importantly, the problems you are solving are some of the most important problems facing our country today. So appreciate you for that, and I really congratulate you for that. But as Sanjay just mentioned, AFI is not something new to me. I know this for the last few years, and Sanjay keeps on inviting me, and I keep on interacting with a lot of cohort members online, offline. I even hosted one cohort in Vishakhapatnam a few years back, and I've been in touch with few of the cohort members also. And uh, I do that because I relate as a member of parliament. I relate with all the entrepreneurs who come and present here. I relate with them because the work you do and work I do is not much different. You are also trying to solve the issues that are affecting the majority of the population of this country. And myself being a member of parliament, I too face social issues day in, day out, and I too try to solve them day in, day out. So we are not very much different in that sense. And as I mentioned earlier, we run a university institutes under the name of Vignan, and we do run agriculture courses. And one of the focus area that we have taken up is agriculture, because when we started the university in 2008, we started in one of the very rural places in Guntur. So when we started, we said, let's focus on the agriculture per se. Even if a computer science student, the project should be focused on the agriculture related activities. Even a EC student, electrical student, should focus their projects on that. That is the focus area that we always profess to the students. And as I told you earlier, not all the time it's successful, because most of the time students prefer to develop their products focused, develop their ideas focused to the businesses rather than to the uh, farmers and agriculture. But at least 50% of the time they do that. So we are successful in that way. And uh, recently, I had a amazing experience wherein I get to attend AA summit in Delhi. And some of you might have also attended that, and some of you might have hosted a stall also in that. And what startled me was the way the technology is moving, at the speed the technology is moving. And when I saw most of the startups that were present in the AA summit, there's significant number of them working on the issues related to the rural India. Significant number of them, just like you. So it was a very big eye opening for me. So I think um, you, whoever has been here, the 16 cohort members who are here, you are, after seeing AA Summit, the people who presented there, I firmly believe you are on the right path and in the right direction you're going, because that's what is being presented there as well. And I've seen a few of the startups as well. There is a startup that I also support, which is called Aqua Exchange. And as someone has presented it earlier here, who is working in the aqua space, they yeah, they also work. Aqua Exchange also works in the aqua space, and they are working with almost 60,000 farmers, 60,000 acres, I think, 60,000 acres with the aqua farmers in almost 5 to 6 states in India, and which is a which is very, it has raised a few times. I think it's Series B or Series 3. I think it is in, and it is doing pretty well. And I see these two examples. One is what I saw in AA Summit, how much problems that are being solved for the rural area. And on the other side, there's a success I see in Aqua Exchange. And in the similar way, I think everse.ai, there was you just presented it, where you are using dairy, where you're using AI to improve the dairy productivity, which is, and the numbers are phenomenal. The people, and how many people you are impacting is phenomenal. At the same time, there's a Saptkrishi, which is trying to address one of the biggest problems farmers face post-harvest harvest losses as well. Yeah, again, something that is very, very important. And also there's another one, agri-botic systems, which are trying to bring in drone-based spraying services. And they are there, but I think you are using advanced technologies. So I congratulate you for that. And there's a Circlo, which is trying to solve the problem we all face in December in Delhi, uh, the pollution problem. You're trying to use the paddy straw and make it into sustainable bioplastics. And there's Villamart also, I think, which is trying to strengthen the farm to market linkages. These are, all of them, all of you people are these are all trying to these are all entrepreneurs and are not trying to solve only one problem. They're strengthening the entire ecosystem. So as a policymaker, what I can suggest to you is, innovation alone cannot just transform the agriculture. For these ideas to scale across the country, we need the right ecosystem. We need supportive policies. We know that. We need infrastructure. We need collaboration between entrepreneurs, investors, researchers, and government. In my own constituency of Nashwapet in Andhra Pradesh, agriculture plays a huge, huge role in local economy. Many of the initiatives we are working on, including irrigation, infrastructure, drinking water access, rural education, and support for food processing industries. These are all aimed to strengthen the agriculture ecosystem. But transformation in agriculture require collective effort. Entrepreneurs like you bring a lot of innovations, and government can create enabling policies and infrastructure. Andhra Pradesh government is very proactive in that. And even the union government is trying to be as proactive as possible. If you have any suggestions which can help you in the policy, in the scheme, you let me know. We can try to work it out so that your startup can benefit from those schemes or policies. And institutions like AF help bring these pieces together by supporting entrepreneurs with mentorship networks and also opportunities to scale. And a message to all the entrepreneurs I would like to share 3 thoughts. First, stay deeply connected to the farmers you serve. The most successful agricultural innovations are those that come from understanding real problems on the ground. Second, think about scale from day one, because India has more than 100 million farmers. Even small improvements in productivity, sustainability, or income can create enormous impact when scaled across the country. Third, try to build as many partnerships as possible, because agriculture is not a single industry. It is an entire ecosystem involving farmers, supply chains, markets, logistics, technology, and finance. Not single startup can solve everything, but together you can collaborate, you can achieve extraordinary outcomes. Let me conclude with one thought. The future of Indian agriculture will not be built only in government offices. We cannot just be sitting here in Delhi. We cannot try to solve the Indian agriculture. It will be built by entrepreneurs like you, who think completely out of the box, and people who are willing to go into the villages, understand the challenges farmers face, and build practical solutions that improve livelihoods. You are helping build the next generation of India's rural economy, and I want to congratulate each of you for choosing this path. I wish you great success in your journey ahead, and I look forward to seeing you and your innovations going to transform agriculture, empower farmers, and strengthen rural India. And I also want to host you in our university, Vignan, whenever Sanjay can make it happen. And because we want you to come and come and experience how much impact that you are doing, and at the same time, agriculture students can see how much impact you are doing. So, because when our farmers succeed, we all succeed, and I'm sure you will succeed, and you'll make all the farmers in India succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lavu, for those inspiring remarks. There might be time for a few questions. If anybody in the audience has a question, you want to just raise your hand and we can have you speak directly to the MP. Himanshi, do you have anything to ask our honored member of parliament? You're on mute. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Sure, I can think of a couple of things. So I work with the government. I work with a multinational company which builds AI solution for healthcare research, financial fraud. I could go either way, but I guess I would ask that when I'm trying to work with the government ecosystem, there is a system level effort that I feel like has to be taken. And because, from capturing data to applying AI techniques, there's a long road that goes, and we have startups that here in this cohort, I think in other cohorts that AFI is hosting, which can fit into different parts of that journey. But then when it comes to setting up that system, what are your thoughts on how can one facilitate, through government engagement, how can these startups directly institutionalize some of the products, because they can be used in the government, like, in all of the areas from data capturing to public health,
Yeah, one thing is you should all remember data per se for the government to share is little bit of
always tricky. Yeah.
a tricky thing.
Mhm.
But at the same time, a lot of state governments, or more importantly, administrations, the district level, if you can start there, if you can ask them to give scrub data, which you can work on with, they're much more willing to do that. But at the union government level, it's very difficult for you to get. But start at the district level. Once you build the case, once you build the test case, there are a number of examples where Google has come to Vishakhapatnam, and they've conducted this hackathon for students to come over, and they given the problem statements of the government to the students, and they've asked them to build something out. Once they saw the potential, I think they have three ideas. They've taken it up. They did the same thing as what AFI has done, and all of those three ideas are now live with the state government of Andhra Pradesh. So I think that is one way to go, participate in these sort of events and this thing. And second way is go through the district level. District level people are much more willing to experiment with you, much more willing to help you, because they need a lot of that to go to a very backward districts instead of going. The thing we do is we go to places like Delhi, we go to places like Bombay. They have enough people to work for. Go to a very backward area. DM will be very much willing to work with you.
Cool. I think Shobana.
Next, I guess, yeah. Sanjay, before we move on, Shobna, Lavu, just to give a brief, Shobna was in talks with Mr. Modi in recent talks. So, Shobna, you can share the experience that as well.
Okay, firstly, thank you very much. I'm very much happy to see everyone here in this platform. Myself, Shobna Udayashankar, I'm founder of Inaugural. Basically, are working in terms of oceanography deep tech company, providing solution to fishing industry, coast guards, and also for the ocean researchers. So here, when I got a kind of thought process when Lavu sir talking about this rural connectivity and the problem that we need to address, especially for this farmers and all. We thought of sharing some experience before going ahead with this, the talk given by Lavu sir. So here, when I met Prime Minister, he also spoke the same what the sir is told right now. So he is also talking in terms of rural-based solution. So this is the priority where he is giving right now. Sir, my concern is we have our own solution. So that is especially useful for farmer, especially in inland fishing. So as Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, where they are core into this particular domain, especially for fish in terms of shrimp. So we are happy to do a kind of piloting in terms of our product. And because why I'm telling is, ours is completely indigenous solution. We hold 21 IP so far. So in that means, if we got any kind of opportunities where we can implement our solution over there, it would be a great opportunity for us to explore the solution there. And also, like, this is one kind of request from my end, sir. Since we are based in Chennai, we want some connect to explore that particular market. And apart from this, sir, in our country, like, we are the very first company kind of having a water bodies based AI. So we have developed a hydro AI, especially for underwater intelligence. That is especially for finding a kind of any intruders or any kind of suspicious activities happening in the underwater, and also finding the species, doing a survey in the underwater. So like that, we got a kind of a comprehensive solution. And also post this prime minister, no, like a meeting, we got to connect with Gujarat CM office also. From there, like, they requested for a kind of advanced version in terms of dam monitoring. So that's how we just got connected with a few kind of related solutions, sir. So if you can connect us in terms of anything relevant to our solution, would be a great thing, sir.
Sure, Shobana. I request Sanjay to actually share the details of all the cohort members, the company details and everything. I'll do my best to try to connect with a few of them. And the ones that are actually directly working with the farmers, we not only me, but if you follow the agriculture ministry's directory or the website, they do these Kisan Melas across the country. I request you to actually take a stall, one of those, because there's huge footfall that happens in those Kisan Melas. That happens right before the harvesting season. I know aqua is a different thing, but other than aqua, whoever are there, try to participate in those Kisan Melas, huge footfall. But others, like I can connect it with Aqua Exchange, which is doing phenomenally well, and any other contacts that come to my mind, I'll try to connect you with them. But Sanjay, please share the details of the cohort members. Thank you.
Be glad to do that. One final thing before we let you go, Mr. Lavu. Again, specifically with respect to your constituency, that's where you spend the most amount of time. You know your constituents really well. So is there anything in particular within the farming community in Saraupeta that you think, your constituents have come to you and have requested for solutions and they haven't found a solution yet, that you'd like to share with the community? Hey, focus your attention on this particular aspect. They're looking for solutions. Maybe, something will emerge if you bestow some attention.
The most important thing, I can't say one, but a few things are. The first is my constituency is mainly into chili and cotton production. Most of the expenses that happen are in the during the cultivation stage. For the chili, they use a lot of pesticide and fertilizer and everything, more than almost 5-6 times what is required. That is one problem they keep expressing. If that can be solved, it will be very, very helpful for them, because the input cost will come down. And the other one is after the production happens, during the cutting stage, it takes most of the time, the machinery that is available for them is not, for that particular crop, is not actually attuned to the Indian farmer. It is very attuned to like Chinese farmer, large farms. So that's the second problem they express. So if when you are doing the problem solving, try to solve for the 1 acre, 2 acre farmer. Yesterday, there's one entrepreneur who came and met me. I think you might be knowing, he's based out of Hyderabad. Their firm is called Kheti.com. They have
Yes. They are an AFI alum, actually. Yeah, Kheti.
What they've developed was a very small greenhouse. This thing, I thought it was pretty interesting. What was more interesting was, that's why I was telling you to participate in most of the Kisan Melas. He was telling me there's one farmer in my constituency who's using it. Out of 50, 60,000 farmers they have, there's one farmer using it. He's experimenting it. You should meet him. So they're still there. They set up an office for even for that one farmer. They see the potential that in next few years they think that it will go big in the district. So I know it will be a lot of hurdles will be there, but be patient. You'll succeed. And whatever help you need, just try to touch base with me. And these are the problems. Try to make it for the Indian farmer. I think that will be very, very helpful for them.
Wonderful. Thanks again. I know you only spent a lot of time. If you have a few more minutes, we will go to the next batch of social entrepreneurs. And yeah, you can stay as long as you're able to. Wonderful. Thank you, Krishna. Pratik, over to you for the next set of.
Thank you. Glossy, maybe we can start with the screen and we can give chance to another entrepreneurs. Yeah. Next, Glossy, we can move next. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, Glossy is presenting, I guess, someone from Circulo Biosciences joined, their co-founders. So maybe Circulo Bioscience, you can quickly brief. Meanwhile, she's just figuring out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Sir,
Yeah.
I am the co-founder of Circulo Biosciences Private Limited. Actually, Arshdeep had attended almost all the sessions of this cohort. So we are basically making polypropylene paddy straw composite granules for injection molding applications. So what we are doing is that we are making these granules in twin screw extruder. So before that, we are processing the paddy straw and changing it into powder and then mixing it with the polypropylene granules to convert it into a product which can be used in injection molding machines to make various consumer goods like stapler parts, punch cover handles, hangers, etc. So basically, these are lightweight granules. So the number of parts that will be produced, that will be more than that will be produced from PP. And then it will also, we are using the agricultural residue, we are stopping it from burning, and we are reducing the carbon footprint in that way. And so that is the important value proposition of our company. And we have just recently filed the patent of our proprietary formulation, and our product has passed migration test of the food grade testing standard. Just recently, we have received those reports.
Thanks. Maybe we can start with next one. Yeah. Those been Dr. Sima. Dr. Sima. Hello. Dr. Sima, you can just unmute yourself. Dr. Sima, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can quickly start briefing.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Seema Singh, founder of Those Bin Solutions Private Limited. So we are here presenting solution with respect to decentralized composting right at the source, reducing the requirement of wet waste to go to landfill through network of vehicles. And this is helping the environment at various levels. First, it is taking care of the pollution, also the landfill, and also the compost supply chain, which we look forward to create with all those bins installed at various places. Let it be household, restaurant, communities. So want to reduce the dependency on chemical fertilizer because our soil is getting leached out of all the nutrients with the type of urbanization we are heading to. So till date, with our 2.5 years of inception, we have served pan-India customers, and with increased production now with our assembly line set in Pune, we are looking forward to scale further. From AFI, we had seen that how others are believing in us and how apart from us, others also are into our startup as the way we are. It is a difficult path, but when we get mentors, when we get people guiding us and telling exactly where to hit, how to go ahead, that is really very, I can say it is what we require as we are first time founder, first time entrepreneur. We know research, we know product development, but now how to make market out of it, how to expand it, that is how AFI is helping us. With our such a small presence in the market in last few months, we are able to divert 5.5 ton of waste to give 3 ton of compost annually with all the those being installed at various places. Now
Dr.
I'm
Simam,
looking
maybe leave
forward
to
further.
sorry, I have to cut short due to a lack of time. Next,
Yeah.
Pravidan. I guess there was some network with Pravidan he mentioned. Anshuman, you there? Can you hear me?
Good evening. Huh? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I hope the
Am I
network is
audible?
in. Yeah. Yeah, you are audible. You can quickly
Yeah,
start
yeah.
speaking.
So, good evening to all. Thanks a lot. First of all, I would like to thank Pratik ji, who kept me engaged since most of the time my network was weak, and he gave me the follow-ups, what was going on in the presentations. So thanks to him and thanks to my mentors who guided me for the right things. Not to waste time on digressing things. Quickly briefing my startup. I am a NABARD promoted farmer producer company based out of eastern Uttar Pradesh, Kushinagar, the land of Lord Buddha. We are working with a GI tagged rice known as Kala Namak rice. His history is some 2005 year old. It's a sugar free rice, and we are working with more than 1,200 farmers for growing it. Out of which 400 are women farmers, and we have saved approximately 13 lakhs liters till now, and we are doing this agriculture production with sustainable methodology like DSR and AWD. Our turnover is close to around 3 crores. So this is just
Thanks, Anshuman. Next, we have Vittal from Agri Vital Innovation. Vittal, can you hear me? Vittal, can you hear me? Vittal? Okay, maybe some network here. Like, Kausar, we can start with you.
Yes. Hello everyone. I'm Kausar Banu, founder of Biosuk Life Sciences. At Biosuk, we are developing low-cost paper-based devices to ensure food safety to every citizen. Over past few months, AFI has not been just a journey, but it's like a friendly ecosystem where we got to learn many things. Yeah, through the guidance and mentorship of the eminent mentors like Vijay sir, Hemendra sir, and Abhidaya sir and Pala sir, we got to learn many things. We saw the challenges not as an obstacle, but we saw it as an opportunity to create impact. Thank you, AFI team and the mentors for overall support in our journey. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Kiran bhai, Agri Nitro.
जी सर, थैंक यू। नमस्ते सर।
नमस्ते किरण। या
यस सर, मेरा नाम किरण भाई मकवाना है और मैं एग्री नाइट्रो इंडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड का फाउंडर हूँ। हमारा स्टार्टअप है वो एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड में काम कर रहा है, जिसमें हम जो भी एग्रीकल्चर वेस्ट निकलता है, जैसे घास फूस हो गया, ट्रीज की लीव्स और ब्रांचेस हो गए, और जो हमारे इंडिया में जितने भी स्क्रॉप हो रहे हैं उसका जो वेस्ट निकलता है और काउ डंक निकलता है, उनका यूज करके हम 26 टाइप के अलग अलग फर्टिलाइजर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते हैं। हमारी यूनिकनेस वही है कि हमारे पास 26 पेटेंट है, उसके फॉर्मुलेशन है, जो केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर है उसके अगेंस्ट में हम बना रहे हैं, उसकी सम इक्वलिटी में हम सारा 26 प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं। यानी कि हमारे प्रोडक्ट से जो फार्मर है उनकी 95% फर्टिलाइजर की नीड पूरी होती है। और हमारी यूनिकनेस में उसमें देखें तो फार्मर खुद अपना कचरा लेकर हमारे प्लांट पे आते हैं और हमारे प्लांट पे उनको जो पूरे साल के लिए फर्टिलाइजर की नीड है वो उनके ही कचरे में से हम बनाकर उनको रिटर्न कर देते हैं। जहाँ पर हम जो प्रोसेसिंग करते हैं वो उसको प्रोसेसिंग चार्ज हम फार्मर के पास से लेते हैं, और वो प्रोसेसिंग चार्ज मार्केट के हिसाब से 70% कम है। यानी कि मार्केट में जो प्राइस में फर्टिलाइजर मिलता है उसकी 20% या 30% कीमत में ही हम फार्मर को सारे फर्टिलाइजर उपलब्ध करवा रहे हैं। जैसे हाल के
Thanks,
टाइम में
Ken.
हमारा, यस सर,
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, due to short of time, I'm cutting short, but we'll share your brief to all these fellow participants. Naresh, can you hear me? Naresh from Crop Expo, can you hear me? Naresh, no problem. So moving next, Ramesh from Villamart.
Hello,
Ramesh,
yeah,
yeah. Sorry.
yeah. Good evening, everyone. So myself, Dr. Ramesh Biswal, founder and CEO of Villamat. Villamat is working to build a digital marketplace for the farmers, especially to deal with these post-harvest linkages. And we right now we have multi verticals of market segment. Like we have started exporting. We have tied up with these quick commerce players as well. And for these middle class segment of people, we have developed this physical outlet model, that's physical with some digital connectivity, both mobile outlet model as well as static outlet model. And then we have also developed a hard model for the leftover products. And at the end of the day, if anything is getting as wastage, for that we are trying to make it compost, so that at the end of the day we should make zero waste out of these products. And we are connected with more than 15,000 farmers, more than around 54 FPOs. And currently we are working in Odisha in 3 cities. And I am thankful to Pratik, AFI team, and especially Sachin ji for mentoring me. And with his guidance, recently we have converted one of our city model to a franchise-based model, and lots of guidance I get from Sachinji. And also, one good news is that we are tying up with some big hat to start these agri inputs to support our farmers. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Ramesh. And that's the kind of a tangible inputs, I mean, tangible outputs which I strongly wait for. Last time we had a one partnership with regard. This time you are the second one out of this cohort. Thanks,
Thank you so much to
thanks,
you.
Ramesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next. So now, of course, the second most awaited part of the evening, I would like to hand over to Sanjay for a for an introduction of Mr. Anand Deshpande, and then covering the brief keynote from him. Yeah.
Okay. Again, it's a distinct pleasure for me to invite Anand Deshpande to our gathering here this evening. Anand, I'm sure several of you are already familiar with his rich profile, his experience, his expertise across entrepreneurship, across philanthropy. And now, yeah, he devotes his time to a bunch of different projects, even with the government. So it just had an incredible run. He is the founder, he's the managing director, he's the chairman at Persistent Systems, which is built into a global tech powerhouse. Before that, he was an alumnus of IIT Kharagpur, as well as the Indiana University, where he's kind of won the distinguished alumnus awards at both the places. After transitioning from the CEO role at Persistent, he's focused on data, higher education, and entrepreneurship. He and his family have also founded the Diasara Foundation, creating self-employment at scale. And Anand is also, through the Second Orbit program, he's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs to come out with better mindsets for navigating the scaling paradigm. And for a cohort of social entrepreneurs, given that you're in a similar growth trajectory mode, his remarks and his rich experience would stand you in good stead. Without further ado, over to you, Anand. And
thank you.
Anand, just one more request. Another board member also want to have a quick word of introduction, and then you can begin your remarks. Amit, over to you.
Namaste, Dr. Deshpande ji. We are so delighted, privileged to be meeting you today. Of course, you have been a global leader, and the Persistent story is now ranking amongst the best in the world, without disturbing the other so-called four biggies in the Indian IT space, you have created a history, and which is also a future for all of us. So we all are proud for that. Your entrepreneurship, your support to various IITs and entrepreneurs. And while we know that graduates from IITs are supporting their alma mater in a way, you have been supporting not one, not two, three and more IITs across India, and it's a matter of pride for all of us. We all are very happy, glad that we'll be able to listen to you today, this evening, to inspire our entrepreneurs. Thank you for being supporter of AFI for more than a decade now, Dr. Deshpande. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for first inviting me here. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here at this event. I must congratulate Sanjay, Amit, and the entire AFI team for putting together this great event. And this is a good place to be, where we are honoring the cohort that was involved in the agri-related work. So it's good to see them graduate. But as Sanjay pointed out, graduation basically means that they have graduated from one phase, but now they will enter the next phase where they'll be expected to scale. Unfortunately for me, I'm not an agri entrepreneur, meaning my only experience with agri was when I was a graduate student in Indiana University. One of my department mates, his father was a hog farmer in Illinois.
Okay.
Okay. And hog farmers, basically, these guys have hundreds of pigs. These guys operate at a different scale altogether, and he had this in central Illinois. And one spring break, I remember going with him in his car to his small town called Amboy, Illinois. And the first day we cleaned up a whole bunch of pigsties. The next day, they were a litter of young, I guess, piglets, and they had to castrate them. So they showed us a demo of what the balls look like. And I was so glad that my father is not a farmer. Okay. So this is my very limited experience of farming and farm related stuff. So I'm really a misfit here in that context. The second part of it is that I work with two extremes of where you guys are. I saw your numbers, and it's quite amazing to see how you have been scaling your businesses. I've been working on two ends of it. One is very small businesses. We call them nano entrepreneurs, and that's the Deasra Foundation work that we do. And the second part where we work with second orbit. So in this short, about 10 minutes or so, I want to spend a few minutes trying to explain to you our motivation for what we are doing at the Asra Foundation. And I find that some of the work you are doing as you build your ecosystem, I think there may be an opportunity for us to collaborate. And we are happy to chip in and do whatever. Sanjay knows the team, and we'll be happy to support in whatever form that makes sense. And as you start to scale up, I'm sure you'll see some of the stuff that we talk about in second orbit being relevant. So I'll spend about 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes explaining to you some of the key things that we focus on as you look at the second orbit journey. So that's what my plan is today. And if we have some time, we'll take some questions as well.
Sure.
So let me start with the motivation for the Asra Foundation. So the Asra Foundation is a family foundation. Okay, so DE stands for Deshpande, and the ASRA are the initials of the family members. So it's a very much a family thing. And Deshpande Foundation is another one which has my namesake, but he already got that before me, so I didn't get a chance to use that. So I'm related to him only when it is convenient. Okay, so that's how I see it. But he has certainly done a great work, and I know AFI has collaborated with him in certain areas as well.
Sure.
So the Asra Foundation, we focus on nano entrepreneurs, and we define nano entrepreneurs as those that do business between 10 lakh rupees a year and 1 crore a year. So they're really small. These are self-employed and basically me and my 4 or 5 people that work with me. This is where the future of the gig economy is going to happen. And let me motivate to you as to why this is so important. If you think about India right now and what's happening with AI and everything else, I think we are moving into a world where there'll be abundance of work, but inadequate number of jobs. So creation of jobs is going to be a very important problem for us to solve at a national level. And if we have to solve the jobs problem, the only way that we'll be able to solve the jobs problem is by creating job creators. So I really admire what Sanjay and AFI has been doing, because they've been building large numbers of job creators. Just to put this into some kind of a context, we have about 25 million or 2.5 crore people at every age between, let's say, 10 to 30 or so. So any which way you look at it, we need about 18 to 20 million jobs every year. Okay. And if you look at it, and let's say even if we were to look at 10 million jobs, which is 1 crore, 1 crore is 10 to the power 7. By and large, in India, large number of businesses are very small. Like 10 people, businesses are considered quite large in India. So if you need 1 crore jobs, and each job is going to be by companies that are 10 people at a time, we need 10 lakh entrepreneurs every year to create those 1 crore jobs that we need, 10 million new jobs. And that's really what this is all about. So that's our biggest problem. And if I were to look at it over an extended period, even if we were to look at 100 people company, we will still need, 1,000, how many is that? About a lakh of these kinds of companies, 1 lakh entrepreneurs, to be able to support a 1 crore requirement that we have for jobs in India. So this is a tough problem, and that needs entrepreneurs. And what we find is that these tiny entrepreneurs, the nano ones that I work with, usually have 5 kinds of challenges. And I'm going to articulate those 5, and I'll tell you what we are doing for them. So first challenge is access to money or access to credit. Second is access to market. The third challenge is access to technology, access to talent, and access to compliance and other related things. So these are the 5 basic challenges that we find that all small businesses tend to run into. So since our aspiration is to build a platform at scale, and we already have 6 lakh entrepreneurs who have benefited from our stuff somewhere or the other, and the aspiration is to take it to crores, meaning it's very large, we have to build a platform that is as scalable as possible rather than getting into one at a time mentoring or anything like that. So what we have done is across these 5 areas, we have identified 15, 20, 30 sub processes that small businesses run into where they'll get stuck. So we have about 160 such processes that we have identified as places where small businesses find that, oh, I need something else. I want to be online. Do I need FSSI certification? So these are micro processes that we have identified. And for each of these processes, we have 4 things. One is a checklist. The second is DIY, information to help yourselves. Third, we have a group of partners who will get those things done for you. And finally, our aspiration is to create benchmarks to tell you whether you're in the top quartile or the bottom quartile. So I would like to encourage all of you to take a look at this thing. It's called www.deasra.in. If you go online and look for it, you should be able to find it. And if you find that you are stuck in some area, you may be able to find a solution on our side. And if you find something that we don't have a solution, then we'll go build one. So that's really how we are operating over these years. And as I said, we have about 600,000 plus businesses that have benefited from this. So this is one area that we work with. The other 2 things we are doing, one set is to help, as I said, the number of job creators that we need to create is very large. So we have designed a short course to go with colleges. And we think that the 3 most important skills that gig employees or gig workers will need, one is mindset, where you believe that there is no shortage of work and it's your responsibility to convert work to jobs. So that's the first thing. Second thing we tell people is how to manage their money, which I think is a very important skill for everyone, including businesses, but even for individuals. Most of the people we have in the generation that is in college will make more money than their parents. And we are not teaching our children or kids enough about how to manage their own money. And the third skill that we provide is to say that if your gig ends, you need to find the next gig. So sales is the biggest skill that everyone needs to acquire. And those are the 3 skills that we have packaged into a 3 credit course. And we offer it to colleges, specifically with the BA, BCom, BSc type students. And the last thing I'm doing with the ASRA is that we have created a policy group. What we find is that for these small businesses to succeed, if there is an ecosystem that can help them succeed, then that is really useful. And that ecosystem, government and other people are better set up to do it. So we've been writing notes for them to see how they can create those kinds of ecosystems. So right now we are working on one which is relating to the temple economy. So we believe that 60% of domestic tourism in India is religious tourism. So there's a lot of religious tourism happening in India. But how do we ensure that those small businesses in local towns where these religious things or temples or churches or whatever exist, how do they benefit from this rather than some outsiders doing it? So that's really the motivation of how we are thinking about this. And then the last thing that we have is this, the other one we are doing is wedding economies and other things, but I have not thought enough about the agri world, as my understanding of agri is very limited. But I believe there could be some interesting thought process on this. And if any of you are interested in any of these kinds of areas, be happy to connect you to our team and we can take this forward. We also run a online magazine called Yashasvi Udyojak. It starts with Marathi, but we are trying to see how to put it in other languages. It tries to help and showcase cases of nano entrepreneurs doing well. So this is the first part. I thought I'd share with you a little bit and see if there is any opportunity to collaborate. I'm going to give you a very short express version of what we do in second orbit. And the idea in second orbit is like this, that business growth is a sequence of S curves. You do some things, you will see growth, and then you flatten out. And then you have to find the next orbit. This transition from one orbit to the second orbit or any next orbit is very hard because what works in one orbit actually stops working in the next one. And you have to do different things when you move from one orbit to the other orbit. Now, in this context, what I find is that the transition from the first to the second orbit is very difficult for founders because they have to change their mindset, and that makes it hard. So over the last few years, we have run several cohorts and more than 1,000 businesses we would have had who we have talked to on this particular template or framework that we have on how to help companies scale. So I'm going to give you the very express version of this. So the first thing we tell companies or individuals or whoever who are trying to scale, like you're running your own business, it's clear that for you to succeed, you need a team to succeed. So using a mountain analogy, if you want to climb the mountain, you need a team with you to climb the mountain. But to put the team together, you need the mountain first. Okay. So the idea here is that we call this the painted picture. And what we encourage entrepreneurs to do, and if you're running, let's say, a 20 crore company, we try to help you or encourage you to build a painted picture of what your business would look like at 10x your size. And why is this necessary? Is to help your team visualize where you are going first. Because if they know where they are going, then you will get some buy-in and people will be willing to come with you. If you don't show that, if you show them, no, we are growing at crazy numbers, people will say that you will break the culture, it's not possible, and you'll get the naysayers coming out. So you need to show the destination first, not necessarily how long it will be done or how it will be done. That can come later, but where are you going to land is kind of very important for people to know. How to get there is subsequently done. So the first thing I encourage everyone and all of you in this group should try this exercise. So whatever business you are in, think 5x, 10x. Build a painted picture. It's a visualization. It's not a spreadsheet. It's a view of what your business looks like at 10x the size. If you see that and you are able to visualize it, then you know what you need to do to get to that point. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I believe is that for any company, especially the small ones, to succeed, you need the market to pull you rather than you pushing every single deal that you are trying to sell. Now, market will pull only the leaders. So the game is to become a leader in your market. And you might say, okay, what does it mean for a 5 crore, 10 crore company to be a leader? After all, when the market is so large and you have the large players, and where do I play a role? So the key is to identify a market where you can be 20% market share. And who defines the market? You define the market. So the game is not to go after existing markets, but create your market that you define. So you define the boundaries of what your market looks like and ensure that you have a 20% market share in that market. If you do that, you are automatically a leader, because by 20%, you are inherently one of five. And normally you'll be in one of three, because the long tail will take 30% of the business. So if you get to 20% in any market, you'll be very, very much a leader in the market. Why does this important and how does this help you? So once you have clarity on where your market is, so I somehow believe that the VCs and others try to show you big target market segments. Those are all not very useful for small businesses. TAM calculations should not be done like that. You should create an aspirational market where you will be 20% market share. And in that market, you need to become a leader in that market. Leadership is the key to success. Buyers think of leaders. When they buy something, they know who the leader is. Now, how do you do this? Of course, there are many techniques, and we spend a lot of time explaining to people on how to go about doing it. But the way to do it is to define the market carefully, be a leader in that market, and then expand the market. Not start with a very large market. So there are lots of examples. If you want to see in India, at least in the food and agri, if you look at how Paperboard did it, they started working out with very specific drinks. They did not go after the black and the orange. They went after Nimbu Pani, Jaljeera, bunch of things. They sold only through Indigo. So they were creating a niche, saying that in this market, we are the leader. If you're buying Coca-Cola, we are not dealing with you. But there is enough of a group of people who like these esoteric drinks. They had this story about being reminded of their past and all these other things. So you create all that stuff. But by defining a clear focus of where I want to win, I create the right to win. If I have the right to win, then I have a chance to win. If I don't even have the right to win, you are just praying and you'll not go anywhere. And small businesses have limited budget for sales, marketing, and all these things. So you cannot create a market. You need to find the market to go with it. I'm going to give you one small strategy that I tell people a lot. And since you guys are in the agri-related business, you'll get it. I call this the buffalo strategy. So buffalo is the bhais. I'm sure you have seen bhais everywhere, right? Now, while you have seen the buffalo, have you also observed that there are these flies that are near the tail of the buffalo? Lots of them. And these flies actually ride the buffalo. So you think of yourself as that small fly, and you have to find that partner or the ecosystem or the network, which is your big buffalo. And your job as a small business is to ride that buffalo. And if the buffalo goes somewhere you don't like, move from one buffalo to the other buffalo. You're too small a fly to create a new market of your own. It doesn't work. The cost of creating markets is incredibly high. So you have to find the buffalo to ride and ride it. And of course, your ultimate strategy can be that once you get big enough, you can go eat the buffalo. But that can come later. Right now, you have to ride the buffalo. So find that big buffalo that's moving and kind of tag along with it and go with it. That's the good strategy that you would have for selling and marketing or positioning your product so that you know. So identifying that buffalo and riding the buffalo is the key to creating market leadership. So that's the number 2 item. The third thing we tell people, and I'm giving you, as I said, I do a 1-year course on this topic. Okay? So I have enough to talk about for a 1-year course. So I'm giving you like a 10-minute version of it. The third thing I tell people is that you need to move from my company to our company. When you do that, when you start to get to a certain size, or even now, you want the best people to come and work with you, not for you, work with you. There's a huge difference. Now, if you want good people to work with you, they're not working for you. They are working for the company. So you need to shift from this being my company to being our company. That transition is not easy. It's very hard, but essential if you want to scale. You cannot run a business which is only my company. Then your business is constrained by the growth that you can create. So that's a huge problem. And by and large, this is an important thing. And the last thing I will mention, and AFI to some extent is providing this, you need somebody to be your North Star or someone to push you to get your results. So I highly recommend creating advisory boards and boards even in small companies so that you have someone who is throwing discipline. You have a process that says every quarter, You will evaluate what has happened, you will review the results, and that way, you have someone who's asking you questions. What happens in small businesses is that the founder becomes the Malik and the Lala. Everyone works for him. He seems like he is happy. He creates this illusion that growth is not important. Life is good. And there's nobody to ask you questions. I'm the king of my thing. But you need somebody to tell the emperor that he's not wearing clothes. And you need somebody to do that. And your employees in India will never tell you that. So you need a board or someone who you report to so that you have a method of creating this kind of a, timelines and all that. And if you do that right, you will see growth in your business. I'll stop here. I don't want to I know we have gone a little bit over, but I'll stop here. And if Sanjay thinks there are questions, we'll take them.
Sure.
Otherwise, just send me mail. I'm anand@persistent.com.
Wonderful. The density of insights in the brief 10-15 minutes was amazing. Anand, thank you so much. In the audience, if you have a question, just raise your hand or you can ask the question directly to Anand. The scaling business, Anand, again, in the mainstream business press, you keep talking about Silicon Valley, tech-intensive entrepreneurs. Their method of scaling up is completely different than the SMEs in India.
I think you see only the successful ones where the founders have personal capability to do that stuff. But I don't believe you can be in a market where you're not a leader. Nobody cares about not being lead. So those who are, as they say, the lion gets the main meat. The hyenas are scavengers. You don't want to be a scavenger in a market. You'll get no margins and you'll eventually die.
And this whole developments in the AI domain, Anand, how are they kind of helping, aiding these 3-4 points that you kind of mentioned, be it in terms of becoming that market leader or that mindset or what have you? How can they be leveraged?
No, so AI, I think, is an orthogonal issue, and it's, I think, a little different.
Okay.
But overall, I believe that, one of the questions I get asked all the time is about what will happen to jobs and other things with respect to AI. So my basic, let me just sort of give you a very short answer, and then there are many things we can talk about. But the short answer is that if you think about it, work is equal to a function of two things, productivity and effort. Simplistically, if you said productivity multiplied by effort is equal to work done. Now, clearly, AI is improving productivity. So for the same work, the effort has to go down. But I've already shared with you that I have, and I believe sincerely, that we have infinite work. So for the same effort with greater productivity, more work is possible. So the key now is for individuals to be able to figure out in their mind, how can I use my skills and effort to generate more work because I have greater productivity? Rather than trying to cut that pie into smaller and smaller pieces, you have to grow the pie. So those people who are able to do that, to say that, hey, there's this great problem that is worth solving. Nobody has solved it. I can use AI to solve it. I can solve complex problems with far less effort, cost, energy today because of AI. So we should be looking at more bigger problems to solve. That's what I would say. And I would urge the group that you have here to think like that rather than just think about how to get the same work done with less people.
Praful from Silicon Valley has a question. Praful, over to you.
Thanks, Sanjay. Anand, I'm sorry, I'm commuting. I cannot come on the video.
No problem.
But really liked the way you articulated the concept of nano entrepreneurs. I'm in Silicon Valley. I work with a lot of these FANG companies, and this is where the future of work is headed. I'm going to dig it deeper and research it. The 160-point skill model that you talked about, that sounds amazing. My question for you is, and this is follow-up to Sanjay's question on AI, how can we use AI along that maybe 160-point framework or some other framework to actually give more productivity or power, whichever way you articulate it, to all these nano entrepreneurs? Is there something you're thinking about? Is there something we can help?
No, absolutely. We are thinking about it. So a lot of the work we have tried to do, even in the Asra revamp that we just did recently, we have used AI as a tool for us to deliver better service and more efficient service. But we have also tried to look at tools that small businesses can use, basically prompts and other things that they can help themselves to build their own tools. And what I find in general is that AI has become ubiquitous across India, at least, that I don't need to tell anybody about AI at the moment. Everyone knows AI, everyone is using AI, and if you share with them ideas on what can be done, they know how to do it. I don't think that's an issue anymore. And if you look at ChatGPT or even Anthropic, India is one of their largest user bases.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Anand, on the basis of, again, this insights, we've talked about this before, you work at Second Orbit. I would really want to kind of think in terms of organizing a workshop for the AFI Social Entrepreneur Alumni Network, who have gone through the various cohorts or attended one of our forums. Sure. And I will work with you and your team in terms of what might be the number of people that we might invite and what might be the duration and the logistics of it. This has been really, really helpful. Thank you so much.
So I'm doing one session this time for the Marathi entrepreneurs in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
1st and 2nd May, but I think it's not restricted to Marathi people.
Okay.
So this was, I got invited by BMM, which is this Bruhan Maharashtra Mandal people. So anyway, they invited me and we are there in the Bay Area. So we are doing this at Stanford on 1st and 2nd May.
Lovely. Okay. I will keep that in mind. So usually for it to be effective in the Indian context in India, can it be done virtually? It's got to be in person located.
We have many variations of it.
Okay.
A short one can also be useful. We can do like a short one, and then those people who need something more, they can look up or write. We can figure it out. There are many models.
Wonderful. Again, thank you. You must consider writing a book if you haven't already. Is that in the works in terms of all the insights that you've been able to generate?
Yeah, we've been thinking about it. It's sort of what happened is that we've been doing this one-off lectures for many years, but we did not have data about how much of this works well. So for the last 3 years now, we have been running closed cohorts for longer duration. So we've done 3 now with NASCOM and IIT Bombay, and 2 with Gokhale Institute. So each of them having 20 to 25 companies.
Okay.
So we have about 100, 120 companies that we have tracked now for 2 years. Now that we know what works and what the process is and the simplification of it, what tools work well, now I think this year we should start to put this together. And it's not clear if it's a book or it's something else, because I think we are in a AI world where I'm not sure books are necessarily the best.
Wonderful. Thank you.
But our material is actually very good. We have had incredibly good results with companies that have attended our sessions.
Acha.
Quite spectacular numbers that people have been able to deliver these kinds of numbers. And a very good level of simple things, but very good level of success.
Acha. Again, are there even at least some case studies or something like that in terms of what?
Yeah, and we need to write it. So my colleague who does this with me, his name is Ashok Korwar. Ashok used to be a professor at IIM.
Okay.
So he's the academic one, and he is writing some case studies.
Okay. Okay. I will definitely follow up in terms of how.
We have enough material online. If you were to look for videos, you should be able to find them.
Acha. No, but I mean, like anybody who comes to an accelerator program or any entrepreneur, if they are still in the game, they are in the game to kind of grow and scale. And these things, irrespective of which sector they are in and what stage of the journey they are in, I'm sure that they can.
No, the stage matters. Stage matters.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we don't work with startups. The startups, they see the difference is, if I'm a startup, I should respond to what I get, my first customer, second customer. Scaling wise, when you get into the second orbit, you need to be leader. There's a difference. When I'm a startup, I can't be a leader because I'm supposed to respond to what comes my way.
Right.
Once you get to a certain point where you are stable, you know what your business is, your survival is not at risk. Now you have to scale the business. Okay. So now you need sales to happen, quote unquote, systematically or like a machine, right? So now you need to have clean offerings. People need to know who you are and all that. The first round out, you basically have the founder who is trying to find product market fit. So at that point, the strategy is very different.
Understood. Cool. We will definitely kind of follow up on this. I think we have gone a little bit over, but again, thank you, Anand. Prateek, the last segment is just a quick interaction with the mentors.
That's, I guess mentors are awaiting. So, Glossy, can you quickly start with the this field? Because that's the most important. Meanwhile, you are starting up without wasting time. I guess we can start with Bhanu. Bhanu, you there?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, sorry, Bhanu, to make you. I was writing you again. Sorry. I kept waiting. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you so much. First of all, it was a pleasure. It's good that in a way I was able to stay back and listen to all the valuable experience that came out from the speakers, especially Anandesh Pandeyji. I think amazing words of wisdom. To all the startups, I think here you have on this screen all the mentors that who have worked with you over last few months, and I think you have an opportunity for in the coming months also. One thing that I have realized about Action for India that I say every time when these sessions happen is that AFI has created some kind of a magic mix. They are able to spot excellent talent, prospects that will shine in future. So if you have been part of this cohort, you have already been sort of tapped to have great future. If AFI has picked, there is a good chance that you will go on to do very well. It may be a function of the mentorship that you have received here or along the way. I think I wish all of you the very best. And one thing that I also see, I know many of these people on the group here. I have been on the panels along with them. They're also going to continue supporting you whenever you ping them and ask them for support later on and throughout the journey. And this applies to even the teams that have probably joined now. So over the last maybe 2 decades, I've known some of the members here. I think it is a very promising start to all of you, and I wish all of you have the best future ahead. And please stay in touch. And hello.
Yeah.
Please stay in touch, and we'll continue to support in whatever way we can. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Banu.
Yeah, Emmanuel. Can we take few words from you? Emmanuel, can you hear us? Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, thank you, Prateek and AFI for the opportunity to mentor some of the most wonderful startups that were part of the cohort. I was involved right from this election itself, and I'm amazed to see the great progress all of them are making. As a mentor, we've done a bit in a very small way, but I think those seeds that we have sown will show great results in the time to come. And be sure to stay in touch, and we always proudly celebrate the achievements that you make in the future and take credit, a little bit of it, for what we contributed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emmanuel. You've been a mainstay of our mentor pool over a long period of time. Appreciate your dedication and commitment to AFI and entrepreneurs.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Thanks. Rajiv, maybe a quick word from you.
Yeah. Thanks, Prateek. I mean, first of all, I think a wonderful evening, although I was commuting, but I could sit through the entire session with both the keynote speakers sharing their insights. So coming to your quick point on my experience. So over the last couple of years of association with AFI, I've seen the whole initiative mature. I've seen the process mature. The engagement levels have shifted to the next version, and I can see the quality of startups, or what I call the raw material, which is the input for us to work on as mentors, that has improved tremendously. So that's a very clear-cut indication that you guys are doing something good, which is working out in the right direction. So specifically, Sanjay, you got a great team, small team, but very impactful. So my suggestion now is that you guys have come to this level. Now, figure out ways, how do you create a multiplier effect, what I call a perpetual impact with the collaboration of the startups who have already graduated from your various cohorts. So it would be worth leveraging those strengths and creating that alumni kind of impact. Yeah. So these few words from my side. Thank you. I really enjoyed being part of the recent cohort. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Rajiv.
Rajiv. Yeah, of course, last but not least, Sachin from Big Heart. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are from both the sides, startup as well as mentor, and partnership. I will say the partnership head also in this cohort and in the previous one. Yeah.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity. So let me just brief about Big Heart, okay, in as one or two line. So we are a full stack ecosystem building a complete digital agri ecosystem, and we build a lot of AI model for the farmers, engage more than 30 millions and monthly 3 million farmers we are engaging. We believe that collaboration is the key for the success, and that's where I want to closely engage with the new startups. I want that they should learn from my experience, my mistake, and they should grow faster. So that is my objective when I'm interacting with the startups founders. Now, because we are talking about the AI, so from last few weeks, one message I'm passing to my team, and I feel that that is relevant for the startups here. So I feel that all the AI tool, especially the Claude AI Anthropic release, okay. So I feel we should consider as a KPMG or Deloitte. Okay, why I'm using so? Because when we are giving any talking to the or appointing the Deloitte, okay, we gives them like, okay, this is my objective, this is the outcome I'm looking, this is the input, and this is a constant. Okay, you give the same input as a prompt to these AI tool, they will give you a 8 part or close to the 8 part to the report what these Deloitte or these guys are giving for your business. Okay.
Right.
So 3 pillar I feel important here. One is the communication. If you want to be relevant in the future, your team wants to be relevant in the future, the communication is the key. If you are a good communicator, you can use the AI tool and you can be relevant in the market. Second piece is the networking, and networking with the compounding effect, because we miss the compounding which we learn in the 8th class, but we are missing. So compounding comes with the years, but networking and compounding both are the correlated to each other. So we should believe on that. It means we should have a good networking. We should continuously focus. Third one is the domain knowledge. If you don't have a domain knowledge, you will not be relevant. So you should have a domain knowledge. So if you are acquiring these 3 points, it means focusing on these 3 points, then definitely you can use AI as a multiplier. It means it will be a multiplier effect in your productivity. That's what we feel. And definitely, I'm happy to connect with this AFI team. Happy to
Thanks,
connect with you.
Sachin.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Sachin.
Sachin.
Yeah. So now, of course, over towards the end. Prasad, over to you. Maybe you can go with the vote of thanks and official closure of the event. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Pratik. So as we come close to this wonderful valedictory session of AFI Agri Cohort 2.0, I would like to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to everyone who made this journey meaningful. First and foremost, our sincere gratitude to Mr. Anand Deshpande and Mr. Krishna Lavu for joining us today and sharing their invaluable insights and experiences. Your journeys as an entrepreneur and ecosystem leader are truly inspiring for the startups who are building the future of agriculture in India. I would also like to congratulate and thank all the 16 startups who have been part of this cohort. For the past few months, you have engaged deeply with mentors, participated in knowledge sessions and hurdles, and worked tirelessly to strengthen your venture. We are proud to be part of your journey and excited to see the impact you will continue to create. A special thank to our AFI mentors and ecosystem partners who generously share their time, guidance, and expertise with the founders. Your support is what truly makes the AFI community so powerful. Finally, thank you to everyone who joined us today to celebrate this milestone with us. We look forward to continuing this journey of supporting social entrepreneurs who are transforming agriculture and improvising livelihood across India. Thank you once again.
Thank you, and have a good rest of the evening. Take care, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks all for that.